and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions. I'm Kelly, of course, and I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Today I prepared a little something that I'm going to mostly read to you, and I hope you enjoy this. I hope you find it helpful in a way. I feel like I did, and I hope you find it helpful as well. If you have not already, please go over to Phone Calls from Prison and subscribe to their channel. If you have not done so already, most of us have, but in case you haven't and you've been meaning to just hit that little subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that you know every time they're coming out with a new video over there, then go ahead and do that. Like we are able to enjoy this content only because, and give our opinions and our perspectives and everything like that. We're only able to do that because the folks over at Phone Calls from Prison provides us those phone calls. So I don't know what they have to do to request them, to pay whatever they have to pay, but I'm sure they'd appreciate it if you haven't already going over and subscribing to their channel. Next, I want to ask you to go over and watch the video with Sonya, Durham, Waller, Durham. I'm not really sure which last name. I think it's Sonya, Durham, Waller. Watch her interview on Infamous Sylvia channel. Sylvia interviewed Sonya the other day. That interview is what inspired the write-up. So yes, if you have not already looked at that interview, please go over and look at that interview on Infamous Sylvia's channel, and also subscribe to Infamous Sylvia as well. All right, so I think I'm done. Oh, and also, if you have not already done so already, please subscribe to my channel. And I would love to see that number go to 1,000 by the end of January. So that's my goal. My goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month. And I would very much appreciate it if you go over there. I mean, if you would just hit the subscribe button right now while you're in this video. Like, come on, y'all, give a girl a break. Subscribe, why don't you? So yes, I would really appreciate it if you would help me get to my goal. I'm trying to get there by the end of January. What's today? Today is January the 13th. That's more than enough time to get a little bit over a couple hundred subscribers. So I would truly appreciate it. Please and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Okay, let's get into this. A question that entered my mind was, why is Sonya here? Why is Sonya here? Why do we see Sonya on YouTube and not just hear her on the calls? Why? I came up with 7 reasons why Sonya is here. And so let's get started. Let's find out. Let's find out what came to mind when I asked myself, why? What for? Why are you presenting yourself to the public? Why? So the number 7 reason Sonya is here. Sonya's moral compass has been compromised. She is her own higher power and does whatever she feels like doing. If it hurts someone in the process, she creates a justification and carries on. Anyone in her position with morals, a moral compass, a conscience, intuition, or a clear, coherent mental process would remain silent at this point. We already heard you. The relationship is inappropriate on both of your behalf. To this day, you continue to be a thorn in his wife's side and a hindrance to anything that might go well. You are responsible for your part in sticking by his side, and he is responsible for not dismissing you. The number 6 reason Sonya is here. Sonya is here for fame, attention, and at the very least, validation. So, from my understanding, Sonya's mother is in entertainment, and Sonya has some other relatives that are known in entertainment. So, the fact that she could be here to gather a sense of fame for herself is not a far-fetched concept, because there could be some jealousy and envy with regard to other of her family members having some sort of notoriety and she not having any of her own. We know that Sonya did some acting with, I believe she said it was her niece. And we know that she is on the hunt, so to speak, for different things that can give her increase. I'll put it like that. Or some level more higher in financial prosperity. So I believe Sonya is here for the fame and attention. We see that she likes to talk about her looks. She likes to talk about her size. She likes to gloat when people find her youthful looking for her age. And we see the enormous, I feel like, lengths that she goes to showcase herself in her entirety. So it feels to me like she is here for attention, and she is also here for a sense of validation. And that's just what that is. The number 5 reason Sonya is here. Sonya is here out of a lack of emotional intelligence. So, to have someone literally to try to take your life is horrible. That's horrible. Like, that's horrible. I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine. That is horrible. But I believe that Sonya never received the emotional support and follow-up professional care that was needed to help her recover emotionally and grow emotionally after that event. And, you know, there's several things that point to that throughout just the very fact that she's having this relationship with a character like Nesto points to that emotional sort of immaturity. And I think for most of the people that listen to the calls and not necessarily listen to the woman's representative when she comes out to speak, we see that emotional sort of place that she's in. And it seems like it could be because of a sort of stunted growth from that time. And, you know, we all know that happened. She's talked about that happening. And that is what I believe, at least, is a contributing factor to the way that she shows up emotionally. The number 4 reason that Sonya is here. Sonya is here to try to protect her family members. So I think it's important to her to prove to her family as well as to herself that she will protect them, because she could not protect the members of her family by her boyfriend. It seems to me that she feels a sense of responsibility for that situation and is projecting her desire to prove herself onto this situation. So I don't know how else I can say that except for how I said it. When her family was doxxed, this is what I'm referring to. So I've heard Sonya say, I was fine with listening to the calls. I was fine with being talked about, everything that everybody was saying about me. I didn't agree with it, but I was, as they would say, in the bushes, right? But when my family got put out there, I think that made Sonya feel exposed and like she endangered them. And with her history, right? With her history of what the boyfriend did, because the boyfriend did not only try to take her out. If I'm not mistaken, the boyfriend tried to take out a sister, at least one sister. I feel like it was two sisters for some reason, but her, at least one sister, and the boyfriend or husband of a sister. And I think that it was probably triggering for that reason as well, because you got to think, if something happened that, horrific within your family, and it was all because of you and a relationship that you had that went wrong, and you had caused other people to be hurt and almost, not on this planet anymore. And then years later, it comes around again. You're dealing with someone again who has, in your dealing with them, has caused a negative exposure to your family. Then it just stands to reason that you would be like extra, like you want to come out swinging, because the last time something like this happened, there was nothing that you could do about it. So this time I'm going to make sure that I do everything that I can to get out here and draw attention away from my family and make sure that I do my best to show my family that I'm doing my best. So yeah, I think Sonya is here as the number 4 reason to try to protect her family members. Okay, number 3, why is Sonya here? Sonya is here out of a lack of wisdom and knowledge, okay? So let's face it, it's just not wise or smart to fight so many people who have so much of your true information on the internet. It's just not, where's the wisdom in that? Like, what's out is out. What you have said and what that man has said, it is out here, okay? To be heard and played over and over and over and over and over by whomever chooses to want to listen to it. So where is the wisdom and where is the intellect in going back and forth with people online about what you have actually said? So that's why I say Sonya is here out of a lack of wisdom and knowledge. So I said, what good is it? What does it accomplish? How are you benefiting? I mean, perhaps there will be a benefit in your channel. But I just wonder if it's worth it. If it's worth it to keep compromising things, because I think that she does absolutely compromise a lot of things in being here. So it's just not wise, and it's just not it's like, it's not smart. It's not wise, it's not smart. It's not a good idea, but yet this is what she's doing. How is Nesto benefiting? Like, has there been a benefit? You know, I never like to say what is not possible, because I believe all things are possible with God, and all things are possible to them that believe, right? So maybe there will be a high donor somewhere for Nesto, but so far there's been like $100 in Cash App for Nesto. So, or not Cash App, what is it? GoFundMe. So I don't know how beneficial this is to Nesto, and I don't know how beneficial it is to Nesto for somebody to be arguing his case in the court of public opinion when he still has so far to go. He has so far to go with these cases. So much of what is being said right now on the internet and by him and by other people can be referenced for later. So I just don't see that the benefit to Nesto is really there with regard to what he could actually be compromising. So and then basically that's what I said. The means just doesn't justify the end. The number 2 reason Sonya is here out of anger. Sonya is definitely here out of anger. To piggyback on the emotional intelligence piece, it's my opinion that Sonya never healed from having her life almost taken, and the guilt of knowing that you welcomed in a person who almost fatally injured other family members. I do not think Sonya has ever healed emotionally from the trauma nor the guilt. Sonya still has physical obstacles, as she stated herself. This is nothing that I'm, pulling from out of thin air. So she's told us that she still has physical obstacles herself and hindrances due to that event. And I believe she's angry, deeply angry, and deeply guilt-ridden because of how it affected her innocent family members. I think it comes across in her indifferent, I don't owe anybody anything approach, when it's really coming from nobody protected me, nobody protected my family, we didn't deserve that, so I don't owe anyone anything else. And for that, I'm sad. For that, I'm really sad for her. But in reality and in truth, we are adults. And whatever healing you need from whatever time in your life where you incurred an injury, as an adult, it's our responsibility, right? It's incumbent upon us to go and get the healing that we need, because we see that it is entirely possible for people to go around and bleed on everybody that they come in contact with because they still have a wound that has not healed. And it doesn't matter that it was a long time ago. It doesn't matter that I'm older now. A lot of time has gone by. You just have to get over things. It does not matter. When you need healing, you need healing. And there are therapies, there is emotional support, there are support groups, there are life coaches, there is hypnosis therapy. There is an abundance of things that you can do to help yourself to heal. And that's what you have to do, because you are an adult and you cannot afford to go around this life, bleeding on people and, just lashing out and being a horrible person to people because somebody was a horrible person to you. Like, we have, an endless amount of people that are doing that. And when I tell you that it never ends well, it never ends well. You have to get healing. You have to get healing because it never ends well to be that person. And you might not know that you're that person, but you have symptoms of being that person because you care about the wrong thing. Like, you care about the wrong thing. You care about the wrong person. You are giving, you have Stockholm syndrome, ma'am. You care about, you worried about the wrong thing. What you should be worried about, you're not worried about. What should matter to you, it don't matter to you. You are out here literally helping the enemy. And I'm not even talking about the charges. You're helping the wrong person. That is just that. You are absolutely helping and lending all of your support. And my God, you have moved. This woman has moved from one state to another to help the person that don't need no help. To help the person that does not need any help. Help for what? So he can get out and do the same stuff to some more people? So yeah. Sonya's here out of anger, for sure. And Sonya needs to get some healing for that. The number one reason that Sonya is here. Sonya is here to get her lick back, otherwise known as to get good old revenge. So Sonya wants to show everyone who listened to her calls and talk trash about her something. I have not quite figured out what that something is, and I don't think she has either. You are literally out here trying to prove something to everybody. What are you trying to prove? What in the world are you trying to prove? You want your lick back. You want to get revenge. I don't know that you're getting it. It's all these things that you try to do to prove something, it's not getting proven. All these things that you're trying to do to get the money raised up, it's not getting raised. I think if anybody is going to help Ernest, it's gonna be out of our, I don't know what the word is for that, but it's gonna be out of our knowledge that in this country, I would say our patriotism. In this country, we know and we believe that everybody should have the same fair shake within the criminal justice system. At justice, as we know it in this country, there's things that should happen. And I think if anybody is helping Ernest, they're helping Ernest out of that. Because you can't just say some people deserve to get the fair justice system. Everybody is supposed to get the same justice system. And we know, and of course we know that doesn't always happen. Everybody doesn't have the same amount of money. Everybody can't afford to hire the same level of attorney. It just doesn't always happen, and we know that. But there are some people that will give him that they don't believe that he's had a fair process, a fair due process. And that would be why that anybody would get in here and help Nesto. Otherwise, I don't think anybody's going to be helping Nesto because they believe that he's innocent of all this stuff. It's not happening. Even his own best friend, Dre. Shout out to Dre. Hey. It's the only friend that he's got. Dre is I'm waiting on the proof. I am waiting on the proof. I'm going to have to see why anybody would charge you with all this stuff. And if it can all be explained away, then cool, that's fine. But if it can't be, I'm going to know something, because I'm waiting to see how, what, when, why, how, where, all of the questions, right? So not even Dre is just blindly, I back my friend, I back my friend. No, I mean, I think Dre would still be his friend to the end. But Dre is also seems like the kind of person that's going to be like, yeah, you need to be where they're going to send you, okay? And I'll write you some letters, and I'll send you some money for commissary. And when I get some free time, I'll even might come down there and visit you, because you're my friend, but you might need to be where you got to go, okay? So that's that on that. But yeah, how'd I get into all that? I think she and Nesto are going for success. So this is within getting her lick back right and getting her revenge. I think she and Nesto are going for success in some business venture, success, financial profit from the media attention, success in their relationship, however that's going to look, and just an overall success story. That's what I think they would get the most satisfaction out of, because they feel like, even Les Brown said, the best revenge is massive success. So the best revenge is massive success. So that's what I think is a package deal in her revenge story. She's got to be out here. So when everything starts turning around and going well, and they start, they let him go and do a big press conference and whatever it is that she thinks is going to happen. Oh, I'm going to show y'all. Y'all going to see. So I said to that, I'll say this. It's not likely. It's not likely. It's just not likely. And like I said, I am a person who believes all things can be possible. I really do. But to this, I'll say it's not likely. And let me just tell you why. This man and this woman, they have sown some terrible seeds, right? If the things that we do are seeds in the ground, oh, they have put some horrible, horrible seeds in the ground. Like I said, even if it's not for the charges, Nesto was cheating on Shirley. Nesto was compromising Shirley's lifestyle. Nesto was misappropriating people's money. He's not even denying it. Like, I really need to find out how I can do a review of the phone call where Sonya was reading him all the charges. Nesto wasn't denying all that stuff. He wasn't denying it. He was, however, listening for Sonya to give him alibis. Like, Sonya gave him more alibis than he gave himself. He was listening. He was listening for them alibis. So Sonya, she cares not. She cares not about Shirley, about women. She talks this black people talk, but really it doesn't apply to any of us. Because whenever it's not convenient anymore, she throws that out the window. She throws all the women away and trashes us. And then yet you're talking about black people. What do you mean black people? You mean the black men that you like at the moment. Like I said, it just came to me, y'all. This woman has a level of Stockholms. The last thing that I have to say with regard to this topic, just know, no one truly respects Jezebel. Okay? No one truly respects Jezebel. Biblically and by God, it was counted against Jezebel when she helped her husband to scam another man out of his property, simply because her husband was greedy and he wanted it. Marriage doesn't justify wrongdoing. Jezebel was married to this man, and this man wanted somebody else's property. And he came in one day sulking that he couldn't get this man to give up his property to him. And Jezebel said, well, just do this and that and the other. You know, you're the king. You know, you should be able to get whatever you want. And to God, that was counted a wrongdoing. It didn't matter that they was married. It was a wrongdoing, okay? She was wrong and he was wrong. And at the end of the day, they both suffered for it. They both paid with their life for it, actually. Now, this is Old Testament, and we don't necessarily pay with our life for like right out anymore, but you do pay with your life, because things that you do hurt your life. They hurt your life. And you could be okay with that if you want to, but that's just the truth. And so I have marriage doesn't justify wrongdoing, which is part of the reason I got so annoyed the other night looking at that interview. Marriage does not justify wrongdoing. That is not pleasing to God for you to stand by somebody in a tremendous level of wrongdoing. But let me get back to what I wrote. Marriage doesn't justify wrongdoing. Friendship doesn't justify wrongdoing. Righteousness makes righteousness. That's it right there. Being on the side of what's right is right. Being on the side of what's wrong could get you into a whole lot of trouble. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Righteousness comes first. Not husbands, not wives. Righteousness comes first. God and his ways come first. You don't have to follow him, but you don't get to come in and tell children of God how to be children of God. I'm quoting Cat Williams. Get out of here. Get out of here. You don't get to come in and tell children of God how to be children of God. You know not of anything with regard to the Lord. Go get to know him. That's what you can do, Sonya. You can go get to know him. With regard to Jesus, the only thing you can tell me is that you are getting to know him. And that's it. That's it. You get to know him for yourself. And that's all you can tell me. I don't receive anything you say. I personally rebuke everything that you said about all the children of God in the name of Jesus. You don't get to tell us anything about our station with our relationship with our Father. You don't get that. You don't get to tell us how to be children of God. That's all I have. And I'm getting ready to go. So I hope that this helps anyone who is wondering, like, where is Sonya coming from? What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Like, well, I'm sure there's probably even more reasons, but these are the only ones that I received. This is what came to me inside of my spirit. I put it on my lovely iPad so that I could share it with you all who saw the interview and, felt some type of way. So, however that was, I've shared with you what I got from it. And that's all I have for right now. I hope you have enjoyed Why is Sonya Here? And I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later on. Bye.